Hello everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today we're going to make this card. So I've called this one a double front flip card. So it looks like this when it's closed, and when it's opened up, you've got the two little flaps that will flip open. So it will look like that from the top and that from the front. Very easy to make. Now, it can be made without all the special tools, so that's how I'm going to do it today. So I will show you how to make this. So let me bring all my bits and pieces in. Okay, I'll just move all this out of the way. So this is our base. So the base is 10 by 6 inches. Or 25.4 by 15.3 centimetres. Now what I've done here, I've done on a piece of paper so that you can see how it all works. So you need to start off with, hopefully we can follow this. This ruler is brilliant. It's a Tim Holtz ruler and it's got 1/4 inch increments on it. And it's great for measuring square pointed things. So for example, we're going to be measuring 3/4 of an inch across and 3/4 of an inch down. So if I line this up at 3/4 of an inch, and then I just put a little dot there, if you don't have one of these rulers, so you're measuring from the top down 1 inch, not 3/4, try again. Sorry, it's 1 inch. So we're measuring 1 inch from the top down and 1 inch from the side in. So that is 1 inch there, or 2.5 centimetres. So if you put a mark there, and then from there measure another inch in and put another mark there, and then do the same at the bottom. So measuring 1 inch in and 1 inch up, put a mark, move it along, and then basically then, so 2 inches in, so 1 inch from there, put another mark there, and then you're doing the same thing on these corners here. So again, an inch down and put a mark, an inch in and put a mark, then move that across to 2 inches and put another mark there, another one there, and then the same down here, an inch or 2.5 centimetres in, and the same up, and then move it across to 2 inches and put another mark there and at the bottom. Now you can see here I've got blue lines and red lines. So the blue lines are our score lines. So using, if you've got a stylus or a blunt tool of some sort, on your first 2 inch line here, score down 1 inch there, and then here go down 1 inch. So you've got 2 score lines, stopping at 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the bottom and 2 inches in. Then mark at 3 inches in, or 7.7 centimetres, and do a score line all the way down, and then mark at 7 inches or 17.7 centimetres and do another score line all the way down, and then at your 8 inch mark you will do a score line 1 inch down and 1 inch up. So can see all that. Then we're going to cut. So where you've got these other little marks that you put here, we're going to cut from that there to there, and then the same at the bottom from that mark, from the 2-inch mark to the 1-inch mark, and then join them up by cutting down there, and then do the same on the other side. So cutting there and there, and then down that way. So that will then give you, I'll leave that there for you a bit longer so you can see it. So from there, you'll fold those as a hill fold, and this will become a valley fold. So you'll end up with that, and then the same here. So you'll go a valley and then a hill. So that will give you your card base. All right, you can see there I didn't quite cut it level, but that's fine. Okay, so that is the card base. So if you want to screenshot that or write it down, please do. I'll leave that one there. Then we're going to cut some papers. So you will need one piece. So the papers I'm using are from a paper pad I got from Spotlight. It was just all space type pictures. So you need to cut one piece that is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 of an inch, or 9.5 by 9.5. So that's going to go in the centre of the card. Now with this one, so if you look at these, let me get them in the right order, you'll see they actually match up to make pictures. So you can do that, or you can just use any decorative paper, but you need to cut 4 pieces that are 4 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch. So I've actually cut out these 2 pieces, which, let me just measure the actual piece before I cut them in half. Hopefully you can follow all this. It sounds confusing just to me. So that's 3.5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then I've just cut it in half. So I've done that to both of those. So that's why I have now got 4 pieces that are 4 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch, or 9.4 by 4.5. So hopefully that makes sense. And then I've just cut those pictures in half. Okay, so that's those. Oh, there's a little mozzie floating around in here. Then these little pieces. So you need 4, oh hang on, what have we got here? So you need to cut 2 pieces that are 5 3/4 by 1 3/4 of an inch, or 14.5 by 4.5 centimetres. Now from that, we're going to cut it into that shape. So that will then go on here when it's being decorated. So to get that shape, measure in. So because you've got a left and a right side, you need to be aware of that, otherwise you'll end up with them different. So for the left-sided front, measure in 1 inch or 2.5 centimetres, from the from the right side towards there, and then go down 3/4 of an inch. Let me just check. Yep, so 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimeters down, and put a little dot there, and then the same here. So we're going in 3/4 of it. Okay, my bad. Scratch that, let's start again. So you're measuring, it's probably easier this way. Measure in 3/4 of an inch from the left, and then 3/4 of an inch down. So you've got there. So again, if you've got one of these rulers, we'll just line that up at the 3/4 of an inch mark on each one. Put a little dot there, and then the same at the bottom. Measure in 3/4 of an inch there, and then using your blade and ruler, we're going to cut it out. So I've got that one here to do. So we've measured 3/4 of an inch in, 3/4 of an inch down, and the same here. So 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 of an inch. Now, sorry if you're working in centimetres, so that's 2 centimetres in. And then with your blade, or you can use scissors, we're going to trim. Actually, I'm going to use scissors, I think. Just trim away that piece. Now, just remember, if you're using directional paper, you need to make sure you've got them all in the right directions, and you've got a left side and a right side. So you'll see in a minute when I put them together. Okay, so you can see there that you need to measure, like I was doing it on the backs of the paper so that you couldn't see the lines. So make sure you allow for the left and the right sides, because if you do it the other way, you'll end up with 2 pieces that will only go on one side if you measure them the wrong way round. I hope that all makes sense. It sounds confusing just to me. All right, so that's those. So you need 2 of those. Then, where to put my little bit of paper? Here we go. I'll just put this one back here in case you still need that. Then you need to cut 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, or 9.5 by 2 centimetres. And then 4 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch square, or 2 centimetres square. Okay, so they're all our bits and pieces. Now we're going to put it together. Okay. So, just get all my measurements over here. Now, if you wanted to, you could do mats and layers. You'll just have to work out your measurements to do that. So to start off with, we're going to attach these pieces here. So I'll just pop some glue onto those. So while I'm doing this, I'll just let you know that I do have a Facebook group called Cardmaking for Beginners and Beyond. I'll add the link in the description, and if you'd like to join, you're more than welcome. Just there is a question to answer before you join. If you don't answer it, it will be declined. It's just to say that you will agree to the group rules. We are not limited to brands. Any branded products are fine. There's too many different brand names to be limited to various places, various brands. I am not affiliated with anyone, so any links I add is because I like the stuff that I'm using. Okay, so these ones are going to go there, and these little four, so I'll do the corner ones first. So we have these four go in these little pieces. So there's four of those. And if you're enjoying my tutorials, please do give me the thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask, and I will reply as soon as I can. And if you do subscribe, you'll be notified when there's more tutorials. I do aim to do them every Friday, so it gives you the weekend to play. And the last one goes down in here. And then these two will go here. Pop this one here. Trying to keep them all in line where possible. Now you can use glue or double-sided tape, whatever your preference is. Okay, and this one will go in the centre. Now, if you wanted to, in the centre here, you could have your greeting if you didn't want to have a picture, or you could do your greetings on the back of the card, which is where I will be with this one. Now I've got my two pictures here, so I might put that one on the front and I'll put this one in the middle. So this is the two little flaps that are cut out. I'll just pop some glue on. And like any of these cards, you know, you can use whatever papers you've got in your stash. You don't need to go out and buy anything unless you're after a specific thing, but just the decoration, like the shape of the card will suit any person, any event. It's the decorating or the papers that you use to suit the event that will make the card. Okay, so now we'll close that over. I'm just going to burnish my folds a bit. And this one. Okay, and then I'm going to put this one on here. So again, I'll just put some glue on. When you're gluing though, don't do too much glue. Too much can make the paper go wrinkly and warped. And if you have it too close to the edge, like I did just there, it will ooze out. So just be careful when you're doing all that. Whoops. And pop that there. The actual base card stock that I'm using, I've got that from a place in Australia online called Papetisserie. So I will add that in the description too. Great for cardstock. And that's it. So there it is all finished. And there it is open. And then on the back, you can put your greeting on the back. And if you wanted to, you could even put another piece of cardstock on the back to put your greeting on. So that's just up to you. But there you go. And from there you can decorate with this more embellishments if you like. But all finished. So there's a card in under 20 minutes with all my hopefully followable measurements. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do give me the thumbs up. Just move my light so you can see that a bit better. And do subscribe if you'd like to be notified as more tutorials pop up. Thank you for joining me. See you all again soon. Bye.